Hello Fude friends! This video is a detailed overview and review of a Fude Beauty exclusive Eihodo cheek brush. The brush was kindly sent to me by Fude Beauty. A huge thank you to the Fude Beauty team and Eihodo for sending me the brush to try. I will cover detailed specifics of the brush and how it compares to other similar size brushes. Please also check out the Fude Beauty product page linked below for pictures and more details. I received the brush in both the black and red handle. However, I decided not to keep the red handle one as I would like to instead include it in a raffle giveaway. Details for the raffle giveaway are posted on Instagram. Let's get into the overview of the brush. The brush is handmade by Eihodo. Eihodo brushes are made in a Kumano brush shop dating back more than 170 years. It is a small batch limited release only available at Fude Beauty. 30 brushes in each handle color, the glossy black and the glossy red handle with a gold ferrule were made. The bristles are 100% gray squirrel. In terms of softness, I think it is very good, and I found it to be softer than other squirrel cheek brushes I have purchased in recent years. I don't think you will be disappointed by the softness. It is a medium-sized cheek brush in a pom-pom shape. The bristle length is 37 millimeters and the ferrule width is 18 millimeters. Density-wise, it is fully packed at the ferrule base. It is quite dense. I will insert a table with some squirrel brush comparisons, but also stay tuned to the end of the video where I compare it with my most similar brushes. The brush comes with a matching brush cap, which is nice for storage and travel. So what makes this brush different from other squirrel cheek brushes? The size. The size is where it differs from other round ferrule cheek brushes on the market. Most other round cheek brushes are in the 33 to 35 millimeter length, and the longer hair length does make a difference. It allows the brush to blossom out more, cover a larger surface area, which is great to use with bronzer, and it has an even softer application, both in terms of how it feels and the end result of the makeup application. The ferrule width is also a bit larger at 18 millimeters, so it really is a larger sized cheek brush, which makes it possible to use with both blush and bronzer. The easy to use pom-pom shape and versatile size means this brush is very likely to be one you reach for often. My experience using it has been nothing short of excellent. It's great for blush, bronzer, and even highlight. It can also be used for targeted powder application or soft targeted buffing. I think it can handle any powder product application well. This brush will adapt to your specific needs. My favorite uses for it are bronzer and using it with those incredibly pigmented products that can be tricky to use if I am not careful. For example, you may be familiar with the Pat McGrath Bridgerton blush palette. They are beautiful blush shades, but intensely pigmented, and if I am not careful, I will end up with too strong of an application. The Eihodo brush is the perfect tool to use for this instance, for a diffused application that can be built up. I can trust this brush with my highly pigmented powder products. Finally, we are at the comparisons part of the video. I have looked through all of my collection and these are the closest comparisons I could find. The closest one I have is the Kumanofude 2-2S. This is one of my all-time favorite cheek blushes, specifically for its size. The Eihodo ferrule is a bit thicker, and I will note the Eihodo brush also feels a bit softer. Other than that, they are incredibly similar. Next, I have the Chikuhodo RC-2, which we all know and love. These two brushes are fairly similar. However, the RC-2 is more dense and has a more targeted application in comparison. It is also smaller and therefore not as helpful for bronzer, powder, and buffing. The RC-2 blossoms less and is overall a more compact brush. Softness-wise, I think the Eihodo one is also a little bit softer. Next, I have the Sonia G Soft Cheek. This brush is not that similar because it is made from dyed goat hair, but in terms of function, it does function in a similar way. If you enjoy the soft application of the Sonia G brush, you will love this one. The Sonia G ferrule is much narrower, but the brush head blossoms out and has a similar result as the Eihodo cheek brush. And lastly, I have an Eihodo Outlet brush made from squirrel and goat hair. This brush is no longer available, but I wanted to share it in case you had it to compare. Of course, the Outlet brush is not nearly as soft and airy, but it is similar in size and dimension. My final thoughts on this brush are that it is a great brush for everyday use and multitasking. I have a video from many years ago of my favorite cheek brushes. If I were making that video again today, I would most certainly include the Eihodo Fude Beauty exclusive cheek brush, as the brush is so handy and perfect for everyday use. If you like the Chikuhodo RC-2, you will enjoy this one as well, as it's slightly larger and fluffier version. I enjoy the shape and size squirrel cheek brush because of its easiness to use and how perfect it is for multitasking. It is such a versatile brush to use with all of your powder cheek products, especially if you enjoy a soft, natural makeup application. It is easy for me to recommend this brush to all of you, and if you decide to get it, I hope you will love it too. Thank you for watching. I will see you all next time, and thank you again to Fude Beauty and Eihodo.